just had another chance, I knew I could make this thing work. If I just had another chance, I would have never told that lie. If I just had another chance, I would have never taken that first hit. If I just had another chance, I would have never taken that first drink. If I just had another chance, I would have never went to that party and end up in a world of trouble. If I just had another chance. If I just had another chance, I would have finished school. If I just had another chance, I would have made some different choices. If I just had another chance, I would have chose some different friends. If I just had another chance, maybe, just maybe, I wouldn't have chose tall, dark, and handsome. If I just had another chance. You know, anybody in here remember the game, the Etch-a-Sketch? And you know, with the Etch-a-Sketch, you know, they had the two little knobs on it, and you turn the knobs and you can make a beautiful picture, but if that picture started off, and it's somewhere along the line, if the picture went wrong, it wasn't like you wanted it to be, you can just shake it. You can just shake it and start all over again. That's the way our God is. He's a God of another chance. Sometimes we say he's a God of a second chance, but I got news for you. We used our second chance up a long time ago. He is a God of another chance. One more thing I want to tell you. I talked to your father this morning, and he told me to tell you to come on home. Why should you come home? Glad you asked. Point number one, you should come home because God is standing there with outstretched arms waiting on you. You know, home is a place of comfort. Home is a place of serenity. Home is a place of peace. Home is your native habitat. Home is where you begin at, your place of origin. Why should you come home? Because God is waiting with outstretched arms. You remember the prodigal son when he got so big and he got beside himself? He couldn't wait on his father to leave here. He wanted his inheritance right then and there. The father appeased him. He gave it to him. He went out. He got a lot of fair weather friends. As long as his money was long, his friends was long. But when the money ran out, the friends ran out. He got so low until he desired to eat the hog's food. The Bible didn't say he ate it. Perhaps he did, perhaps he didn't. It said he desired to. He came to himself and he said, I'll go back home. Remember how the father reacted? He saw his son afar off, and he ran and he hugged his son. He welcomed his son back home. That's what God wants to do for us. He's looking. He wants to welcome us back home. Come on in today. God is waiting. He wants to lead you safely home. I remember one trip in particular. We went to Alabama, and we have been going many times, but this particular trip, on that trip, it was kind of rough making it back home. And I remember when we made it back home, I remember hearing my mom say, "Thank you, Jesus." And she went on to say, the best part of any trip is to make it safely home. And that's what God is wanting to do for you today. He wants you to come and make it safely home. You need the directions? If you listen closely, I'll give them to you. You know, in today's time, we use GPS for everything. And with the GPS, you just key in a few numbers, a few words, and it'll give you directions to almost anywhere. Sometimes those directions are accurate, sometimes they're not. I want to tell you about God's GPS, God's personal GPS. You see, God has a navigational system. It's never wrong. Only thing you have to do is punch in John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Won't you come home today? Why should you come home? Good you ask. Point number 2. Jesus loved you, and he gave his very life for you. That's why you should come home. Right now, I want everybody to visualize your best friend. Just take a moment, get a mental picture of your best friend. I don't have to go too far because my best friend is sitting in the house on today. God forbid, but what if that best friend took a bullet for you?